Good morning. I hope that you are doing well. I am having a cozy work from home day today with some collaboration meetings this afternoon at my favorite coffee place. And I am looking forward to having some fun this weekend, although I haven't figured out what that means yet, but I am planning on it. I'm gonna make it happen. I don't know what it is, but it's gonna be great. So I hope that you're having a great day and that you have some fun plans for the weekend as well. So I wanted to talk today about your thoughts and learning how to change your thoughts so that they serve you better. It's something that I talk about a lot. It is a big piece of the life coaching process. It's a big piece of tapping and EFT, and it really can change your life. So honestly, watching this live can change your life. Like today could be the first day of the rest of your life. So I really hope that you tune into this and you watch it all the way through, because I think I'm gonna give you so much value. And this one thing and I want to say this one small thing, but it's not really small, but it's simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. And when you understand it and you become aware of it, you can make it happen. And it takes some practice, and it's never going to be perfect, but you will see incredible results more quickly than you can believe. So, our thoughts create our feelings, which impact the actions that we take and the results that we get. We're going to talk a little bit more about that chain of events later, but I want to just start by talking about the fact that on average, our brain has anywhere between 12,000 to 60,000 thoughts a day. And that's a pretty big range, but so, somewhere in there is the number of thoughts that you have in a given day. And it can be more or less, depending on the day, depending on what's going on. Of those tens of thousands of thoughts, 80% of them are negative. That's a lot of thoughts that are negative. That seems like a lot to me. But it's the truth. I mean, they've done studies. So if your thoughts create your results and you have 80% negative thoughts, how is that impacting your life? Now, I want to say that life is 50-50. Shit happens, and we can't control everything that happens to us. And I am not telling you that your thought created this terrible event in your life. That's not what I'm telling you. But what I am telling you is that, one, there are things in your life that you have created through your thoughts. And we can talk a little bit more about what some of those might be. And then the things that have happened to you that have been outside of your control. You can't control what happens, but you can control the way that you react to those things. Hey, Linda. You can control the way that you react to those things. So that's going to then impact what happens moving forward. And inevitably, there will be times where you're going to have whatever feelings you have. You're going to have days and weeks where you feel terrible because difficult things are happening. And you want to feel those feelings, you want to work them through, and you want to start to understand what are the thoughts behind them and how can you start to shift those thoughts to help you in the healing process, to help you move forward in your life and move past whatever it is that has happened, or figure out how you can deal with it in the best way possible so that you can, heal as much as you possibly can. So going back to our thinking about our thoughts and the fact that we've got 80% of our 50,000 thoughts a day are negative. What if you could change that percentage so that you went from 80% of your thoughts being negative to 50% of your thoughts being negative? How could that impact your life? Think of the changes that could happen if you could increase your number of positive thoughts from 20% to 50%. What changes would you experience? And so I'm imagining, and this is based on my experience and on experiences of my clients, that there's part of you that's like, this is interesting. Yeah, I think I get that. My thoughts could impact, my reality. And then there's part of you that's like, really? I don't know. Things just happen and you deal with them, and that's just the way it is. So I want you to just take a minute and relax and close your eyes. And I just want you to imagine this scene. So we're thinking about something very specific, which is you're imagining yourself at the supermarket. I don't know about you, but the supermarket is like the place that I avoid as much as I possibly can. So that's why I picked it. You may feel like it's Nirvana, but hopefully even with this scene, it's not going to be Nirvana, we just want to get that feeling. So anyway, you're in the supermarket. You didn't want to be there. It's cold. It's rainy. The store is packed. Maybe it's right before a holiday, but you've dragged yourself through the aisles. You filled your cart. Your cart is, overflowing, and you have to get online to check out. All of the lines are long. None of the lines have less than 5 people, and they all have carts as full as yours. You get on a line. You're waiting, you're standing there, like 15 minutes goes by, you notice the line next to you is moving faster. You think, of course it is, because I never picked the right line. You're like annoyed. You finally get up to the cash register. The person in front of you is finishing up. You start to put your food on the belt, and the cashier looks at you and says, "Oh no, I'm closed. You're gonna have to get on another line." And you look around and you're going to be if you move to another line, you're going to be online for 20 more minutes. You are beside yourself. You want to scream, you want to cry. You just don't know what to do. So I want you to just close your eyes and feel all of those emotions in your body. You're thinking, I can't believe I have been standing here. I can't believe this person is telling me that they're closed. This is so unfair. I want a manager. I'm never going shopping again. All of those thoughts, feel them in your body. Just feel it. Okay, now I want you to breathe deeply and let that go. Imagine that you're standing on a set. The supermarket is a set, and suddenly the walls disappear, the people go away, everything moves away, and you're standing on a beautiful beach in the Caribbean, if that's your thing, or if you want to be on a mountaintop or by a lake, somewhere that's your place in nature, the kind of thing that you gravitate towards, where you would go if you could go anywhere. So you're in this beautiful place. The weather is perfect. The sun is shining. The sky is the most incredible blue. There's a gentle breeze. You feel just like everything is right with the world. So I want you to feel that in your body. Just sit with that for a minute. Okay, so just thinking about each of these scenes should have created very different feelings in your body. In the first scene, I would imagine that you were feeling tension, you were feeling anxiety, anger, your body was tight. In the second scene, hopefully you were feeling more relaxed, more expansive, more peaceful, and kind of connected to yourself. In each of those situations, given the same circumstance, you would react differently. So if you were at the supermarket and the person says they're closed, you're going to flip out. If you're laying on the beach and someone says, oh, that restaurant's closed, we're not going to be able to go there for dinner tonight, you probably think, oh, okay, no big deal. We'll go someplace else tonight. No, not a problem, because you're relaxed and you're feeling good. And so the way that you're feeling is going to impact the way that you are reacting. So I want to give you an example from my life. Several years ago, one of my children was dealing with something really difficult. And it was just completely overwhelming for her. It was completely overwhelming for me. I didn't know what to do. And I was trying to solve the problem, and I felt like I wasn't getting anywhere. And I didn't know what the outcome was going to be. And I was very worried about my child. So I had days where I just thought, I can't do this. I don't know what to do. Nobody wants to help me. There are no answers. All of the negative thoughts that were keeping me just stuck. When I had those days, those thoughts, I would physically and mentally just roll up in a ball and do nothing, because I just couldn't. I just put myself into, fight, flight, or freeze. And I wasn't thinking, and I just didn't know what to do. When I started to think about it and I started to work on my thoughts and thinking about, all right, how am I changing the way I'm thinking about this so that I can actually create a result that I want? I started to shift just in the smallest bit. So I went from, I don't know what to do, to I'll figure this out. I went from nobody wants to help me to I know there's someone that can help me. I just have to find them. I'm not giving up. I will figure this out. Someone has to know the answer. And when I made that shift, it gave me hope. And so I went from feeling utterly defeated to feeling hopeful, to feeling more empowered, and like I was more in control of the situation and I was going to figure it out. And that's what happened. And I'm not telling you it was easy. It was absolutely not easy. It was probably one of the most difficult things I've ever been through in my life. But we got the result that we needed. Things today are amazing. And that was because we just decided that we were going to figure it out. And however long it took us, whatever we needed to do, we were going to get through it, and we were going to create the result that we wanted to create. But we had to have the mindset. We had to believe that we could do it. And even if we didn't fully believe that we could do it, we had to open ourselves up to the possibility that it could happen. Because when you have thoughts that are very permanent, like, I am not good at money. I am not a good public speaker. I am a terrible mother. That's so permanent, and it just doesn't give you anywhere to go. So you're not going to try. You're not going to, you see it, it's like a brick wall. It is like you have created this brick wall in front of you, and you're not going to be able to knock it down. So you're going to stop trying. And it may be on a very subconscious level. You may be trying. You may be doing things, and you're wondering, I'm doing all these things and nothing's making a difference. But because you have that belief buried inside, you are somehow sabotaging yourself without even realizing it. So how can you shift those thoughts? So of course, if your thought is, I'm not good with money, an incredible thought would be, I'm going to make $1 million. But probably you're not going to be able to go from I'm terrible with money to I'm going to make $1 million overnight. There are going to be a series of steps. So maybe the first step is from I'm not good with money to I'm going to take a course on managing my money. I'm going to work with a financial advisor. I'm going to believe that it's possible for me to learn how to manage my money. All of those thoughts are going to serve you more. They're going to open the window to this possibility that you can change the situation. Same thing with public speaking. I'm a terrible public speaker. You could shift that to, I'm willing to learn to, I'm going to practice becoming a better public speaker. I'm going to ask for help when I have to do this presentation. I'm going to take a class to get better. Whatever it is, even if you're just moving yourself in the smallest, to the smallest degree forward, you're moving yourself and you're opening up that possibility so the crack of sunshine can squeeze through and help you realize that, it's not a done deal. And to the I'm a terrible mother one, I put that out there because I think pretty much every mother I know has had that thought, or that I've spoken to about it has had that thought, because we put such ridiculous amounts of pressure on ourselves. So that one, I am a good mother who has just yelled at my child. I am a good mother who is imperfect and doing the best I can. Those are thoughts that can help you get out of that shame and blame place that we often have as parents. So changing your thoughts is not like a one and done thing. It's not, I recognize that my thought is I'm not good with money and I'm going to change it to I'm taking a money class and my problems are solved. It is a work in progress. It's like lifting weights. If you want to build your muscle, you're going to be lifting weights over and over and over again. And maybe you start with a 5-pound weight, and then when you're strong enough, you move to a 10-pound weight, and you keep increasing as you get stronger. Changing your thoughts is the exact same process. You have to choose a thought, and or several thoughts that seem like a good step from where you are. And then when the negative thought comes up, you stop yourself, and sometimes you literally in your brain have to say, stop. I'm getting better with money. I'm learning how to manage my money. And you're going to have to do it over and over and over again until it becomes more second nature and it feels like part of who you are. There are lots of ways that you can expedite the process so that you can move more quickly. So I recommend journaling and kind of doing it as a just stream of consciousness. Whatever comes out, don't censor yourself. Take 15 or 20 minutes. I like the rule of either 15 or 20 minutes or 3 pages. It seems like those are like the sweet spots. Just whatever comes to mind, and then go back and look at it. And the chances are you will probably find both positive and negative. And depending on the day, it might be more positive or more negative. So that you have the awareness that these are your thoughts, and then you can pick the positive thoughts. And when you find yourself going to the negative thoughts, you choose one of those positive thoughts and you repeat it in your mind, and you keep going back and forth. You're not trying to kind of shout out over the negative thought. So like sometimes people do affirmations and they just stand in front of the mirror and say like, I love and accept myself. I love and accept myself. I love and accept myself. And they feel terrible. It's not, so you have to like acknowledge what the negative thought is and then actually counter it directly. So journaling helps develop the awareness of what those thoughts are. Meditation is another way of kind of getting in touch and seeing what comes up. And of course, my love is tapping. And so tapping is an incredible way of, 1, becoming more aware of what those limiting thoughts are, and 2, helping shift them out of your body so that you can let them go and replace them with a more positive thought. And I will say from my personal experience that tapping is just a really effective way of enhancing that personal growth process. And it just happens so much faster than you can imagine. So I would highly recommend tapping. And if you are interested in that, you can check out my YouTube channel at School for Joy. And I have, I don't know how many, but it's like over 50 different tapping videos around different aspects of life and the thoughts that go with them. So give that a try. You can also work with a coach. And if you are interested in one-on-one coaching, you can reach out to me and we can set up a free consultation so that you can find more about the one-on-one coaching process. And if you are watching this in November of 2022, on November 12th, I am offering a 2-hour virtual workshop on setting boundaries. And so you can get a taste of the coaching process that way. It'll be a small group and it's only 2 hours and you see what you think and then we can go from there. So definitely pay attention to your thoughts. They matter. They impact what you're doing and the results that you're creating in your life. But the good news is that you can change them and you can create different results in your life. So pay attention, take small steps. Don't get frustrated. It's a process. It's not going to happen overnight, but small steps creates small change, and that change starts to snowball. And before you know it, things will be changing in ways that you couldn't have imagined. So thank you so much for being here today. Have an incredible day, and I will see you next time. Bye.